Makoto, good work today.
Oh, Yamamoto, good work. Could you know your place?
What are you doing to my brother? Good work.
When she walked in, the atmosphere in the room instantly brightened.
Yamamoto, I heard the feature in the industry magazine is getting great reviews. You're on the cover, right? Thank you.
Seeing her rarely loosen her lips, everyone around her, especially the men, couldn't take their eyes off her. I'm Makoto Mukai. I'm an ordinary 28-year-old working in the HR department at Takamitsu Seiki, a precision machinery manufacturer. It's a hectic time preparing to welcome new employees in the spring, but it's a good kind of busy. It's all thanks to the PR department putting in so much effort lately. We have to make sure we reward them. We're a relatively niche precision machinery manufacturer, but we've built a solid reputation in the industry. Our technical skills are great, but the big reason is probably the effort we put into branding.
One of the people featured in the Young Talents of the Next Generation section. You really stand out, Yamamoto. It's all thanks to the PR magazine team making me look good.
That's Hare Yamamoto. She's my junior by 3 years and works in the star-studded PR department. She's treated like a flower out of reach by everyone in the company and our clients, and there's always a crowd around her, but she doesn't seem to be particularly close to anyone. Yamamoto is amazing. Yeah, we in the HR department need to make sure we don't lose to her hard work. Yes, sir. The hierarchy in the HR department is very healthy, with honest juniors and reliable bosses. I'm constantly inspired every day.
Makoto, good work today.
Oh, Yamamoto, good work. After that, as I was heading to lunch, the one who called out to me was Yamamoto, who had just been the center of attention.
If you're okay with it, how about that cafe today?
Yeah, sounds good. Let's go together. Yes, actually, when our timing matches during lunch, she invites me out like this. The place in front of the station you mentioned the other day, right?
Yes! I've been wanting to go there, so I'm excited.
At first, I felt intimidated having lunch alone with the company's Madonna, but I had no reason to decline her invitations either. Even so, like I said, she's the company's Madonna. Envious glares pierce my back as we head to our lunch break together. Oh, Yamamoto, heading to lunch? What a coincidence. I'm heading out now too. Let's go together. The guy blatantly talking only to Yamamoto is Seidai Kinoshita. Even though I'm his senior by a year, he's totally ignoring me. How rude.
I'm planning to go with Makoto today, so maybe we can all go another time?
I think it'd be much more fun with me. We could talk about the future and stuff. He's as overconfident as ever. Not to be rude, but he's been in the sales department for 5 years, and his performance is near the bottom. Yet he acts so high and mighty because he got into the company through connections. Even so, he completely ignores her unspoken rejection and is trying to cling to her persistently. I can't just overlook this. Kinoshita, are you planning to commit a compliance violation right in front of HR? When I stepped in, Kinoshita gave me an obviously annoyed look and stopped bothering Yamamoto. Ooh, scary. Back office guys are so stiff and annoying. Well then, Hare, I'll send you the schedule later. Kinoshita greeted Yamamoto and then walked past me, lowering his voice so only I could hear. Don't get too cocky.
I was so nervous. Thank you for earlier. I'm sorry you always have to help me.
The moment we sat down at the cafe, Yamamoto let out a big sigh. Don't worry about it. Good job out there.
Thank you. Wow, There are so many things that look delicious.
I already decided, so you can take your time looking.
Wow, that was fast. Maybe pasta? The lunch plate looks good too.
In stark contrast to her cool persona at the office, Yamamoto's expressions change so richly here. Still not used to it? Showing your true self?
Little by little with my close peers and some of the seniors in the PR department, but the ideal image everyone has built up is so high.
I guess that's true. Yes, her overly cool, out-of-reach flower image is actually a completely unexpected evaluation for her. The truth is, she's just shy. Because she's beautiful, her shyness is interpreted as being cool. Why am I the only one in the company who knows this? Because we've known each other for a long time. I was working in HR back then, and I spotted her name among the new hires. I never imagined she'd join the same company. I thought it was someone with the same name, but we reunited at the unofficial offer ceremony. Wait, is it you, Hare?
Huh? It's been a long time, Makoto.
Our company is fairly large, but we only take in about 20 to 30 new graduates at most. Even among them, she stood out. Despite her flat expression, her demeanor and attentiveness made everyone look upon her favorably. After the ceremony, I met with Hare, again at a family restaurant. I was surprised. I never thought you'd apply to our company.
I was surprised too. You mentioned you were in HR, but you didn't do the interviews, did you?
I handle labor relations, so I'm not involved in hiring. But I saw your name. I thought it was a coincidence.
Are you disappointed it was me?
I didn't say that.
Sorry. I'm just so happy to see you after so long. Maybe I'm a bit too excited.
Her smile was naturally much more mature than before, but I could catch glimpses of the girl she used to be. I realized anew that she was a woman, and a slight tension built up inside me. Well, it's not that I'm disappointed. I just didn't expect you to come to a precision machinery company in a niche sector like ours. If you were going to join one, I thought...
You thought I joined my father's company, right?
She guessed it right. Yes, her father is a big name in this industry. He's a well-known figure who worked his way up as an engineer to become an executive director at the top company in the industry.
My father tried to use his connections to get me into his company when I was looking for a job, but I refused.
Your father is a strict man from what I hear, right? Then maybe he encouraged you to join because he valued you. I mean, he could use connections, but he doesn't seem like the type to be lenient like that.
Yes, my father is that kind of person, but my mother is different. My mother was overprotective raising me. Even now, I don't feel independent or like I know how to build human relationships. That's why I wanted to apply to another company, where I could become truly independent, not my father's company.
I see. Did you ever consider other industries?
Thanks to my father, I knew about the merits of precision machinery and the public's awareness of it, so I was interested. I started wanting to raise awareness of it, at least in neighboring industries.
I see. So that's why you requested to be assigned to PR or marketing. She wants to be independent, build relationships on her own, and raise awareness of this industry. Having chosen this path on her own with such goals, she must be a woman with a strong core. So anyway, that's what she confided in me when she joined, and we've been having lunch together ever since. People in your department were saying your expression has softened.
They were. It must be because I've been asking you how to be more approachable.
I'm just giving advice. You're the one honestly putting it into practice and working hard, Hare. Her eyes widened slightly at my words, and she looked away shyly. She looked like she wanted to say something, but pushing any further would probably overwhelm her.
So maybe next time you can eat with your peers. Or...
No! I am still not there yet. So, let's have lunch together tomorrow too.
Meanwhile, Kinoshita was called in by his boss in the sales department.
Kinoshita, your sales are at the bottom again this term. If there's something bothering you at work, maybe we should have an interview.
No, that's not necessary. It's not like I have to desperately cling to this place and boost my sales.
It's natural for you to have your own views, but this is a job. There's no reason to slack off on the work you're given. Besides, your behavior towards a certain female employee is crossing the line. What exactly did you come to this company to do?
Connections or not, unacceptable is unacceptable. His direct boss complained, but Kinoshita just smirked. That's just some guys who can't make a move making things up, right? Do you have proof? And what about that HR guy, Makoto? He's pretty bad too. He's always having lunch with women in the company. Unfortunately, as a future president, I need to catch a woman who looks good and comes from a good family. Well, I'll do my work reasonably well. That's all you wanted to talk about, right? I'm gonna miss lunch. Kinoshita, whose usual hidden spite towards me leaked out in front of his boss, left without a hint of remorse. A few days later, hearing the name Yamamoto from a crowd in the sales department, he immediately peeked in. What's up? Oh, it's Hare. At the center of the crowd was this month's company magazine. A photo of Hare was used as a guide to explain our current business operations. Wow, Hare looks great in this. The Yamamoto name sure carries weight.
That's for viewing, it's not a personal copy.
Huh? One copy is fine, right?
But that's the only copy for the sales department. We still have to pass it around.
Huh? I'm the future president of a client company. Are you sure you want to talk to me like that? Flaunting his title at every turn, the employees in the sales department were rendered speechless by Kinoshita. Jeez, don't make a fuss over a company magazine. Do you guys know? That HR guy Makoto frequently goes to lunch with Hare. He's way worse than me, right? No matter how you look at it, they're not a match, right? I bet Hare just can't say no to that HR guy.
I don't think that's true. After all, Yamamoto invites Makoto herself.
There are things you can't tell just by looking from the outside, you know. Anyway, I'm taking this. In addition to his future president flexing, his side that badmouths me behind my back left a strong impression on everyone involved. Hare, did something happen? A few more days passed. When we headed to lunch together at Hare's invitation, she looked downcast.
Actually, I thought I was starting to open up with my colleagues in the department, but...
When I asked, she told me that her colleagues in PR had been distracted lately, and she was worried she might have done something wrong.
It's not like they're saying mean things or being distant, but I wonder if there's something they can't tell me.
That's... My smartphone started ringing, interrupting the conversation. I was receiving multiple messages in a row. I only know one person who rapid fires messages like this. Sorry for the noise. It's probably Wakana.
I don't mind. It might be an emergency, so please go ahead and check it.
Since Hare said so, I took her up on the offer and checked it immediately.
Hey, bro. About the upcoming long weekend? Can I crash at your place? Preferably starting Friday.
She's as abrupt as ever, and her messages are always so fragmented. The sender was Wakana Mukai. She's my younger sister, who lives on the edge of the Kanto region. Wakana is coming over this long weekend.
Oh, really? That's nice. I'd love to see her again, too.
Actually, Hare was my sister's best friend in school, and for a time, she often visited my family home. I'd also seen Hare a few times when I went back home. which is why we knew each other from before. She told me Wakana was her only best friend. Then, do you want to go out for drinks together? Or would you prefer it just to be you and Wakana?
Really? I'd love to go with all three of us.
Seeing Hare leaning in with excitement, I realized that I'm relied on like this because I'm Wakana's brother.
I can't wait. I feel like I can work hard now. I'm glad. I'm looking forward to it too.
In any case, the smile returned to Hare's anxious face. I mentally thanked my sister for contacting me at this timing. Now, a few days of work passed as we looked forward to the not-so-distant long weekend. Just as I exited the company building after finishing work, I was called out roughly from behind. Well, well, if it isn't Makoto. Leaving on time today, I see. You shouldn't leave work unfinished just because it's Friday night. Good work today. Don't worry, I finished my work properly. Did he really call out to me just to make a snide remark? I couldn't help but sigh. I have an appointment and I'm waiting for someone, so please don't mind me. An appointment? Are you perhaps following Hare around even after work, not just during lunch? She's dealing with a quite troublesome person following her around. I return those words exactly as they are to you. I've seen you troubling Hare many times. You think a mere salary man can talk to me like that? You should realize that being with an ordinary guy like you lowers Hare's value. We're in different departments, but we're colleagues. You're just a company employee too. Kinoshita scoffed at my words and glared down at me triumphantly, but I listened to his words calmly, keeping my smartphone firmly in hand. This is exactly why back office people who don't even hear the rumors are useless. I'm different from a mere employee. You probably don't know this, but my father is the president of Oretshoji, Takamitsu Seiki's biggest client. In other words, I'm the future president, so I have no reason to be attached to this company. Nor do I need to try frantically to get good results. You're an employee, so you know perfectly well what happens if you upset a client, right? His statements never went beyond the scope of a man whose father is a president. So you, someone belonging to our company, which is an important client of your father's company, are saying that work doesn't matter to you? Even though we're such an important client to the company of the father you respect and hide behind so much, you should look at yourself more objectively. Your perspective is far too narrow. What did you say? You truly are a foolish person. Since you're in HR, shouldn't you know how to be smart about who you associate with? You're not suitable to be the partner of Hare, whose father is famous in the industry. Could you know your place? So, he wants to tear me away from Hare no matter what. I was just thinking his obsession was unusually strong when...
What are you doing to my brother?
I looked and saw my sister Wakana glaring sharply at Kinoshita. Yes, today was the Friday before the long weekend when my sister said she'd come. I was waiting here because she texted me that she was heading to the front of the building. Huh? Why? I mean, wait, you have a sister?
Yes, I was here to meet my sister today. So it's you, the one who's hostile towards my brother and spreading bad rumors about him in the company.
How do you know that? I see. Makoto, did you consult your sister because you couldn't beat me? How pathetic. He pointed his hostility at me again, but unfortunately, I didn't remember telling my sister about Kinoshita.
Don't misunderstand. I didn't hear it from my brother. I heard it from my senior who works at this company.
Huh? A senior? Yes, I just found out myself, but Wakana had another acquaintance in our company besides Hare.
Hey, Wakana. There's something a bit curious about. Is your brother by any chance...
She's a senior in the same department as Hare. Apparently, she was also Wakana's senior in their high school club. When Kinoshita snatched the magazine from her in the sales department the other day, she started wondering if maybe I was her friend's brother. Her guess was spot on, and once she knew, she immediately told my sister about my situation. But I hadn't been told about that yet, and of course, Kinoshita didn't know either. Huh, who did you hear it from?
I would never tell someone like you something that would put a senior I admire in a bad position. I caught a glimpse of it earlier, but is it because you're the president's son? It's not your own achievement, is it? No matter how good the environment you were born in is, if you have a heart like that, I don't think you can achieve anything yourself.
Wakana is usually smiling at everyone. I could tell from her voice that she was quite angry with him.
I've met many presidents through my work, but arrogant people like you always ruined their companies.
Huh? Work? My sister is in charge of loans at a bank.
Yes, a senior at the bank taught me to be extra cautious when judging loans for executives who talk about titles rather than achievements. Looking at you, I keenly understand the meaning of my senior's words. And I hear you've been persistently hitting on my best friend Hare. You're going around saying you're suitable for her because you're the future president. But is that really true?
Coming from Wakana, who frequently meets presidents in her daily work, even Kinoshita couldn't ignore her words, and his face contorted in frustration.
Hare got into this company on her own, and is being evaluated based on her own abilities. She's not someone to be judged by titles. It's the same for my brother. If he were the type to choose people based on status, he would have bowed his head to you long ago. But he hasn't. Isn't that what it means to know one's place?
At Wakana's calm words, Kinoshita was speechless. Just then,
It's you again, Kinoshita.
the one who came out of the company building was Hare, who had texted me that she'd been a little late. Kinoshita, who was overwhelmed by Wakana's words, brightened up as if he'd found an ally. Hare, you understand that you and I are in a different league, right? So with me.
I'm not here because of my father's name.
Huh?
Rather, I had things I wanted to do myself, so I declined my father's offer and came to this company. I wanted to build real skills and become someone I could be proud of. I wanted to be independent from my home and my father's influence, so I chose to be here myself. I am not an accessory to anyone. If you want to live a life borrowing someone else's authority, please find someone who shares that way of thinking.
But that doesn't mean you have to choose a guy like that. He's nobody, just like anyone else. Why am I inferior to a guy who's just a salary man? Wakana's eyes grew sharper. She was about to say something, but Hare spoke first.
Makoto is the same as you? Huh, that's impossible. He understands his true position in his work and acts accordingly, which is why he isn't moving based on mere emotion towards you right now. Besides, Makoto looked at me for who I am, not my position. That's why I chose Makoto.
I can definitely make you happier than he can.
Are you still going on? You're the one who needs to know your place. Besides, my father would never forgive an irresponsible person like you, even if you are the future president.
Ugh. Kinoshita shut his mouth and retreated without apologizing. Watching him leave, I picked up my smartphone. Ah, damn it. And I thought she was a woman good enough to stand beside me. If it comes to this. Meanwhile, Kinoshita didn't seem to possess the values to understand our words, and wasn't reflecting on his actions at all. He went straight home and tried to call his father, who hadn't returned yet, to set up an appointment. But naturally, his father was busy, and his secretary turned him down. Damn, bad timing. Whatever, I'll wait for him to call back. Apparently, he intended to borrow his father's authority even at a time like this. Huh, with this, I'll show them the difference in our standing. A few days later, he received a call back from his father, and Kinoshita rushed to his father's company. But you are not the future president of our company. He headed to his father in high spirits, but a development completely different from his imagination awaited him. Wait a minute, Dad. Why are you saying that? I'm your only son. Dad, Grandpa, and the generations before. We've always valued the family line and taken office as president. You seem to think that our family has simply inherited the company through blood ties. But naturally, that was only possible because of our abilities and perspective. But... Do you still not understand? It doesn't mean just any fool can inherit it as long as they have the blood. I heard you committed a serious compliance violation at the company that graciously hired you. That's an exaggeration. Compliance violation? It was just a little argument. If an argument was all it was, an official report wouldn't have reached me. There is evidence of multiple instances. Yes, in my position as HR in the company, I sent an official notice to Oret regarding the trouble in front of the company the other day. I also attached multiple pieces of evidence of his stalking behavior and tyrannical actions, which I had steadily gathered with the cooperation of various departments. Don't misunderstand. I am your father, but I am also the head of a company entrusted with the lives of all its employees. I entrusted you to a client, hoping it would be a learning experience for immature you. Despite that, you used my name as a shield. I heard you called yourself the future president. But you, who can't even undergo training, have no right to do so. Inappropriate remarks to female employees, intimidation by hinting at being the future president. Your actions are extremely inappropriate. If someone like you took the top spot, our company would undoubtedly go bankrupt in your generation. Your immaturity is also my responsibility. However, you will pay for the losses to the company with your own punishment. This is the true way to use the authority you tried to borrow. Management decisions are not meant to protect those who cannot follow the rules. No way. Kinoshita let out a cry that sounded almost like a scream, but his father looked at him with a cold expression until the end. As for him after that, he was finally called in by his boss and notified that he was being let go. Damn it, why is this happening to me? Without lashing out at the whispering voices around him, he packed up his things and left the office without even a bow. He frantically job hunted, but apparently he was made to keenly realize his own lack of ability. Will the day ever come when he understands that a position can easily crumble depending on how you build upon it after it's given? As for us, going back in time to the day of the trouble, as planned, the three of us had come to an izakaya. It really helped that Wakana showed up when she did. It was more effective coming from a third party than me stepping in.
Geez, you're way too calm, Makoto. You should have yelled at him.
I'm in HR, so I can't just act recklessly.
I know, but still.
More importantly, Wakana, don't drink too much. You always end up making Hare take care of you. Despite her anger, my sister was in a great mood, drinking happily, probably because she was glad to see her best friend Hare again after so long.
Makoto?
Yes. It's been a habit of hers for a long time to call me by my first name when it's just me and my sister. But even so, after the atmosphere of what felt like a confession earlier, we were both acting awkward.
Actually, the reason I kept you waiting earlier was because I was asking my colleagues in the department about something that was bothering me.
She went to talk to her colleagues, wanting to apologize if she had done something wrong.
heard. I found out that you were working with various departments to gather evidence for me, Makoto, and that everyone was cooperating. Even though it meant potentially making an enemy out of Kinoshita, the future president of a client, I learned that everyone was taking action for my sake. It was just my own selfish assumption because I wasn't confident in my relationships. But they actually apologized to me for acting confusingly. Right now, my heart is full of gratitude for everyone. Truly, thank you very much.
There's no single correct way to build human relationships. Despite her fears, she took a step forward on her own to meet them halfway. Feeling her emotional growth, I couldn't help but gaze at her and smile. I was watching. I saw how much you worried and struggled for your independence and to build relationships, Hare. Facing yourself is not an easy thing to do, but you didn't run away from it.
Makoto?
My sister's best friend. I was aware that I had always thought of her that way, but I wonder when I started being attracted to her inner self.
Pretend to sleep. Pretend to sleep.
At this moment, fully aware that my sister was pretending to fall asleep out of consideration, I responded to Hare's confession. A few months later, Hare had a proper talk with her parents and moved out of the apartment her parents managed.
My dad arranged the move as a parting gift, but from now on, I want to do my best on my own. My mom understood when I talked to her too. I don't want to just be coddled anymore. I want to start repaying them.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Be happier than anyone else with my brother, Hare.
Wakana, who rushed over specifically to help with the move, hugged Hare affectionately. Hey, Hare, I think being independent doesn't mean doing everything completely alone.
Huh?
Hare, you'll still have your parents, your best friend Wakana, and me. Don't forget that.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Position, environment, ways of thinking. In this world where no two people are exactly the same, what does it mean to be independent? I hope to continue searching for that answer together with Hare.
Hello, Brittany here. That was a very cute episode. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it too, and I'll see you next time. Bye!